in the Ghana music industry. Love it or hate it, Dark Suburb is stamped on the journey of Ghana music. And today on Culture Daily, we have in the house none other. You say make I call him Kankan.
My name be Kankan.
Kankan.
My name be Kankan.
We have Kankan.
Kankan Beezen.
They are going to introduce themselves because me, I know too much. If I open my mouth, I'll spoil the show.
Knowledge is dangerous.
Knowledge is dangerous. So today I'm going to shout up about it.
If you don't get it,
forget about it. Gentlemen, welcome to Culture Daily.
Thank you.
Starting from my left, intro, position, role. Where are you playing? Defense, attack? Let's be going.
Okay, so my name is Kesta, Kokonsa Kesta. With Dark Suburb, Team Dark Suburb, and of course, I'm project coordinator for Artastic.
Okay.
This is Shamba,
Charlie.
rhythm guitarist.
Thank you. Main guitarist, Shamba. You hear the voice alone. I told you, alternative rock, we don't come into play. Stop playing with anybody.
This is Kankan Beezen. Let me find the shortest word. I'm a new Afro.
The shortest save that.
I'm a new Afrobean journalist.
Come on.
And a masquerade.
Come on.
And I report, for the band Dark Suburb as lead vocal.
Wow. Solid.
So I'm a griot.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
3 gentlemen with 3 very unique roles.
Yeah.
Solid. I see you came in with the guitar.
Yeah.
Charlie, you go play something.
Of course.
You for buy
play
ticket
something.
first. We brought it in case you buy ticket, then we go thank you.
You don't need. No, I just need to play into your.
You know how
just
we
one
fight
chord.
to enter,
One
bring
chord.
this guitar
Just one
inside.
chord.
I tell you.
The way we read
Just
before
string
this-
something for me. Just on the mic. Don't worry.
No tear.
Hey.
This be enough.
No, I beg you.
You for make a bring electric.
We go organize them.
Then,
Culture Daily. Welcome to Culture Daily. Those of us who've been around for a minute, we love and know Dark Suburb. We like this. Like I said, my 2 favorite jams. Hustle because of the hip hop element. You know me, they rap till I die. Till I die.
Yeah.
And then at the
You were almost on hustle by now they do business.
Charlie, maybe we go remix up.
Yeah,
And then at the Feel You Die, girls going crazy, rock. I was at a show, and the way the girls were screaming, I didn't feel you die. I was like, when somebody go feel me like that?
That'd be the time I had break.
Then you finish
That was
up.
the time you had break.
Then we finish our boys go call you horror.
Alias Frances. Alias Frances.
Yes.
I was there that
Yeah,
time, bro.
yeah.
I cried.
But the breakup with you
I
that
cried
day.
real tears, bro.
It happened before, after.
I pray with him perform Egobe.
Bro, that time he performed.
That's why he cried.
Make a bust your mind, yeah. I for come that event plus up, yeah. So we already plans if they come there.
Where she say,
Oh, Charlie.
I don't think we can continue.
Wait, as the song to hit
You know what?
But did you make her shy?
Oh, how go for make him shy?
So you don't make her shy.
Oh no! Right now the Lord has been good.
Yeah.
You make her shy.
I'll never forget that line. It's not you, it is me.
Yeah. So it be.
Charlie, gentlemen, let's get into it. Where have you been?
Dude, like I told you, I'm a journalist in all of this, and I report like our ancient journalists who were griots. Because the facts of journalism is entertainment, education, information.
That's right.
We have just chosen as masquerade on the African culture that we will not just report and not make any. I won't go and be in a war zone and be telling people to die and do nothing about it.
Yeah.
So why don't we report it with film and storytelling and then be able to make an impact by getting revenue to do something about it. So that's the concept. So after we made a statement in 2015, and, most of the songs, people start realizing that there are journalistic messages in them. So we made a statement. We had to go into the slum. So our pilot community has been Agboblushi, which is the headquarters of Dark Suburbs. So Dark Suburb is a community. It is Zongo re-evolved in an artistic presentation, to effect economic returns. That's what we do. So aside the music and the revenue we make, we find, like, deals. We've been winning. We had kids from, like, Galaxy School and that coming into the slum, playing with, the slum kids, and the skeleton principle is working. We've had people donate. Ahmed Sultan was in Ghana, African Music Award, he was in the slum. And he wants to host us in Mali. So, and aside all that intervention, we're now capturing the story that we're going to introduce called the album Mali. And Mali because in our written history, Mali is the closest statement of African success. You know, so the album is to state the mindset that we're going back to that. We're doing something wrong. They were doing something right. So let's start doing things right. You know, so the Mali album, rock? 3 years recording. People, look, I've been asked these questions a lot, and Cyril, honestly, anytime I answer it, even Ghanaian journalists get embarrassed. You know, Google Osibisa and look under them what they've written.
It's a rock band.
It's a rock band. They're the first rock band, Afro rock band in the world. Not High Life. They quit High Life. I'm not saying High Life is bad. You know, they quit High Life and they went out there and formed a band and did rock. You know, I'm sure if they started in Ghana, it would have been the same feedback. You know, because they were big, the Ghanaians are always quick to run and it doesn't work that.
But they're just like one out of like a billion.
I know. But the point is that representing Ghana with rock, there were elements in there. Right. You know, so rock, I'm just putting this as a concept that they saw something I saw. Rock is African. Rock is a culture. You know, even when the light-skinned man did guitars which were electronic, we had guitars like I used to wear 2 strings, and it's repetitive. You know, that's rock. Like people don't get it. Like I heard a story of what do you call him, Kojo Ntwi being put in a German what do you call it nomination under High Life, and the panel heard his song and said, "Are you serious? This is reggae." You see our problem? It's not rocket science.
We mislabel the stuff.
We mislabel the people even in the industry who want, like Ghana Music Awards. I say Ghana Music Awards. Ministry of Creative Arts, Afrima is in town. They call us. We go there. They say you can't go to the presidency. Why? You're a mask. I say, look, there's Kakamu to be in Central Region. You're trying to do Year of Return. Are you serious? Last year, our album was nominated Album of the Year against Wizkid. A year later, you're bringing Afrima and you don't even know who Dark Suburb is. You know, who are you disgracing? Not me.
Right,
so the industry is not spotlighting.
You see, and Cyril, because there's a journalism in what I'm doing, it's hilarious.
Yeah.
You know, when they treat me like Shatawale or any artist and then throw your ignorance at me, then I'm laughing because I'm capturing the data.
Right.
That's what I'm reporting.
Right.
You get it? And I told people, my principle is not like Anas. You know, I don't do the end justifies the means. My belief is the means is the means. You know, the end is that you don't need to show a corrupt politician to show that the $5 million didn't do the job the school feeding he said it would do.
It doesn't fix anything.
You know, report the school feeding. Why are you talking to the journal? Why are you calling politicians and letting them argue over things? It's like, look, Ghana is like a car, you see, and the leaders are the mechanics. I'm not talking just one party. All the leaders, they're like mechanics. And I'm not blaming them. I'm blaming all of us. You know, and the car is going and it's broken down and we are all down. And the mechanics is on it. And some of us, even within the passengers, we know more than them. Yeah. And we know he's not fixing it. Yeah. We know he's breaking it down. But we're just standing there. Because we voted and we are waiting. And fix it. But on the so obviously, any carburetor, no, wait. And we, dude.
You know, Kankai,
big message.
I feel the passion. And from one journalist to the other, you know, sometimes when it feels like, look, the solution is right before you, but the leaders that you vote into power are not just doing what you're supposed to do.
And it's please. And I'm not against Anas, right? I'm against the philosophy because sometimes it can go wrong, right? But when people go at him, right, I'd say we look at all the show off, the BBC, the big guy wearing the mask and revealing people that is not making any impact anyway. Because we all sit there and watch him. You know, we go and sing Bob Marley, why shall they kill your prophets? Then they'll be killing the prophet and we'll be singing it. You know, and we don't look, if this guy went to psychiatric to do investigation, imagine Lakatins, he's pretending to be mad. You know, take he being normal and seeing the abuse that he's reporting to you. You are emotional at home. He was in it. You know the therapy government needs to give that guy. Look, I was in the slum. I'm in Abu Burushi. You know, and you're fighting about school feeding and free SHS. You know, for SHS people and their children running in their panties in the slum. It's not like the politicians are moving. If they see them, let's stop pretending.
So this is what Dark Suburb represents, right?
Our representation is that we're tired of all this.
Yeah.
So we are now the communities. You see, we're Zongo boys. Zongo don't only have hustlers. So. Right. Zongo gets some database.
Oh, yeah.
You get it? Yeah.
Definitely.
So we're now dragging our businesses. So I'm talking to, we have a lot of partners on our tour. Let's work on the community. Let's work on solutions. Look, let's be honest. Some of our leaders, I'm not very young, but I saw Mobitel. right?
With the
And it was
pool.
my time my dad and co didn't, and some of us, our parents could get it for us.
Right.
Then phones started evolving.
Right.
You see, understand, even Serial, the 25-year-old boy understands the web space than him.
Yeah.
It's weird. Now take your dads. They're leaders, they understand the law, but the world has gone faster.
Yeah.
And we can't help them by telling them that, oh man, you don't know. No, of course he don't know. But he has the principle to put. So we have to stop complaining. If you're suggesting and they're not trying.
or
Yeah,
implementing
he's
it.
been doing Atastic for how many years? You get it? I didn't understand why Year of Return don't give him funding for getting artists like us.
Yeah.
You get, and we're launching our tour trying to do with him.
So do you think there's like a,
But now he has them.
do you think there's like concentrated effort to malign artists like you? Because the last time I think we had Walasi and Kirani Ayaz here, we were talking
Yeah.
about how industry,
Doesn't support.
industry
industry
that's like always maligning them because they're not doing what is in vogue.
Has commercial
It will be
Yeah.
it will be us joining the confusion, as journalists, by just ending this conversation and knowing that there's really no industry. You see, they don't have a house, and we are crying about how he's homeless. There's no damn house. You see, they are sitting under a tree, and it's the only space they have for the rain in the shade, and they're just kicking you out of it.
Yeah.
Because if you enter there, water will hit them. There's no house. So if
Right.
you don't build a house, forget it.
Yeah.
Wow.
You see, and for me as a brand, I'm more of a go out there and bring the benefit back.
Right.
I can't help you right now. There are kids in the slum we're doing as brands. That's why we're going on our tour. We're selling our tickets. We're doing what we can. When you get it,
Tell me more about the
Yeah,
tell
the
me more
tour,
about the tour.
yeah.
What about
Alright.
the tour? How do we engage? Where? What? Blah blah blah.
So we've been working for 3 years on the album Mali. It's ready. All our partners have activated. We're behind schedule, but we're just launching our African tour, our first ever African tour, which will proceed to the world tour. The hope is that before the African tour is done, the album is done, and we'll get all the release details, right?
Do you have your locations for the African tour?
We have a couple. We have
Okay,
confirmed.
where?
But immediately we are launching with Atastic
Atastic.
on Saturday.
Okay, I'd like you to get into that too after when it's
Yeah,
done.
yeah.
About
Yeah, we're releasing a single too, which is the beginning of the journalistic expression. Coco is a storytelling about how Zongo communities take care of mental health patients. We believe that that's a culture we have to progress. So we're telling the story around Coco. So that single is going to be out on Saturday too, to launch the album. Now the album, our tickets are interesting. We're very socially conscious, right? Our SDG target is goal, I think 11, sustainable communities. And before you can sustain a community, you have to tap every other goal. So every tour event or date is a specific goal. So we have a tour for women, for
Water,
children,
potable.
exactly, for special needs, for health and all that. So that's the whole Mali tour.
So how
putting
many
back.
days? How many days are you doing this tour?
6 months.
Wow.
Almost. We're doing it till June, all around Africa. But Ghana is home, right? And we want to give the new generation a presentation of the brand before we go out. So our own, after his event, our own original event is going to be in Dark Suburbs headquarters, Agbogboloshi. We've done it before in a small way. We got Abu Sadiq, who is one of the biggest artists in the North. Ask about Abu Sadiq. And he's not even on social media.
Yeah.
He get his music deal, but in Dark Suburbs, we're working with him on the tour and doing his new work. So that's going to be on Safe March. It's the Freedom and Justice. So Atastic is the first one. Then we have the Freedom and Justice edition, which target group is women. So we have AFIF women who we're working with. So you see, we work with entrepreneurial, social organizations and social organizations.
Social impact
Yeah,
agencies
and we
and stuff.
choose the organizations. You don't choose us.
Wow.
Yeah, and our tickets, we have a deal with a social merch company in Ghana. It's a startup called Merch Social.
Okay.
So they handle our tickets. So our tickets are merch. And the world is hard. We are poor people. We're slummers. So how do we sell our tickets? You pay what you can.
Oh.
Partnering with him, he has a specific fee to the ticket.
Right.
But our ticket people are guests. But we are every ticket. If you buy one ticket, you can use it for every event.
But there's definitely a minimum,
There's no minimum.
There's no minimum?
Yeah.
So I can come
if
in
you
one
can buy
city?
one, if you buy 5 CD, we give you a match relative to 5 CD.
Right.
But
right,
if you're like a low economy, we call them the skeletons. When you come to the event, there's a market outside. We're showing you Zongo.
Yeah.
Right. So we have market and screens. The VIP people are those who pay higher.
Okay.
We're social brand, so you can't book us. You have to even donate.
Yeah.
Then
Yeah,
based on your
basically,
donation,
yeah.
we give you a thank you presentation. Right? So our tickets will be online worldwide in 2 weeks. But because of Atastic, we're starting, there's a number Shamba will give, and he will give the number for the Artastic tickets. You know, you can get it at the gate. If you come to the event, you can still buy our tickets.
Where in Agbogbloshie is this going to happen? Because I know not too long ago, the Greater Accra Minister...
Yeah, he broke the scrap market.
Yeah. Is that where you guys are looking to
If he gives it to us. Yeah. Look, right now, there's a lot of police, government, AMA, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
we have a social contract with the community. I live in the community with Chief. I work there.
Right.
You know, we work it. That's the headquarters. You know, it's a pilot community. If we succeed with that, we've shown that music, culture, and entrepreneurship.
You know, sometimes
exactly.
Sometimes they say the prophet has no honor in his own home, right? And
I do have honor, man.
I want to know. I want to find out from you if Agbogbloshie is giving you that support. The people are aligning with your vision, aligning with the
journalist
dream.
to journalist. You
Right.
know, we're building a network of journalists to support. You know, me with this,
Right.
and we're investigative. So
Right.
we, unlike chasing corruption, we investigate the effects. You know, it's like these are the most happiest places. You get it? Let me tell you something. When we're doing research on waste, right? We realize that the leaders, they don't get it right. And it's not their fault. It's a long line definition of the people there. As criminals, as, you know, this is really people who are from villages. Like somebody in village with 10 houses, they there. Right? And if a bus comes there, like, passing village like once every 2 months. So when he catches that bus and he gets to Accra, like he even sleeps until he gets to the station in Agbogbloshie, like Bimbala Market. The whole Agbogbloshie is bigger than his village. There are people who live there, if he comes circle, he go lost. You know, he's been living there for 10 years. You know, but they've found their community. They're more upgraded than their village. And what they do is that they actually come to time and realize that there's benefit in waste. So where there's waste, they go and gather on it. They literally live on the ball and they're now separating it. Are they not the ones taking your waste?
Right.
You know, instead of, you don't enhance them, you blame tag them. You know, they're just like in America, those who they call illegal immigrants and how they're being treated. That's really. And you get politicians boldly saying, go back to your hometown. And I say, you are talking about Africa unity. You're joking about it. You're talking about national unities. You're joking about it. You're talking about regional unity. You're joking about it. You know,
I see the vision, even though I don't have it on paper. I see where you're going with this, and I think it's great because you mentioned waste, and there was a story that broke out that Agbogbloshie became the most toxic.
It is the most toxic.
I don't know if it's still the most toxic.
It is the most toxic.
Great. So, are you looking to use these opportunities you shared with us to change the narrative?
This is the point. So the album Mali is targeting that community and another city. A friend of mine is building in Mali, Teodeni. So we're playing Mali too. You know, the dates are not confirmed.
Right.
Mule is a young German-trained Malian Tuareg. You know, Mali, the country is divided. The north have their own police, the government is So they're trying to, after the coups, they're trying to do, and he was building a city, right? Getting help from the UN on his own, trying to build a city that makes sense to peace and economic development, you know, and then the coup just came. So it shook everything. And now he's part of the government trying to solve, you know, and the funny thing, Dark Suburb is everywhere. You see, and they are the ones who suffer the most in all of this. So we are like masquerades for them. And what we are piloting in these two cities, the city and the community in Accra, that blueprint is what we'll now use to, you know, it's a solution for the world. Exactly.
Yeah, but when you talk about a suburb, right, in itself, it has a definition.
Exactly.
But when you prefix with dark, what's the direction like?
So the word dark is really the absence of a lot of things.
Right.
You get it. So if a person is living in darkness, he's ignorant.
Right.
You get it. If a place is in darkness, there's no light. Even literally, it's a problem. You get what I mean? Even literally. And there are a lot of villages in Ghana who are dark suburbs. You get it? So it's the mental, it's the physical, it's the spiritual definition of those places. Exactly. And the suburb itself is even like a definition of ignorance. It's from being in front of you, but it's still a suburb. There are people who live in Zongos and it's a mansion and there's a kiosk in front of him. He's never asked, like, have you eaten? How do you eat?
Yeah.
You get what it is? It's just in a suburb.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, Artastic.
Yes.
Let's get into it. Tell me all about it.
So, one of the ways of communication is through music that they do. So I put together, of course, I'm a fan, I work with them and all those things. So I was like, okay, this is an opportunity to share to the world or to Ghanaians that, okay, Dark Suburb is here and we're doing something. So of course, Artastic is all about art, it's all about music. We're starting off with painting, which of course also represents Dark Suburb. You know, the art forms and all those things represent Dark Suburb. So we're painting pots we're doing games, we're playing FIFA games, and the concert is in the evening. Artastic is headlined by Dark Suburb, and we're starting with an amazing performance. I don't know if any of us have seen them perform. I think
I've seen them.
So yes,
Alliance
that
Francaise.
energy,
Never
and the story they are telling is going to be through the music at Nubuke on Saturday from 6 p.m. The show starts at 10 a.m., but of course the performances start from 6 p.m. at Nubuke Foundation in East Legon.
East Legon, yeah.
Yes.
Down the Menswick Road.
Down the Menswick Road, exactly.
See. Wow. Charlie, I feel like I did class.
Yeah.
I mean, I tell people, like people,
quiet. I hope
people they tell me, I said we are not a pop brand, we're an impact brand.
Yes.
You get it? It's not. I'm not trying to get you to buy my music. I'm trying to get you to listen to me.
We speak to a lot of musicians and creators, and we always ask, how are you giving back? Do you give back? But this is a conversation where it's like the whole purpose of the movement
is back.
It's back. Yeah. There's no giving back.
Back has taken over. Yeah, like the giving is not coming. So back say nah.
Have people reached out? I know you said you have a very conscious approach to your partnerships and all that, and it's not like you're selling tickets and trying to beg people to come up.
No.
Do you have any repository of people who've reached out and said, look, we spotted this, we saw this, we want to jump on this, we want to support?
Yeah. So this is the thing. For 4 years, right, when we're in the slum, there are international rock bands, I'm not going to mention names, they will come out, that were trying to tour with us, because they're impressed and we're resisting, right? And even locally, people are trying to book us in shows. And so it was really we just backing off and paying attention to the brand. And there were organizations reaching out, and there was that journalism. We're investigating you. We're trying to know if you're impact or you are the people who use poor people to make money. Those who come and gather them and give them rice and they'll hold it. And let me tell you, these people are so survival that they will act anything you tell them to do if you have
a bag
the
of
money.
rice.
Yeah.
And this is what some journalists do. They go in there and say, this kid, he does scrap, right? Yeah, he does scrap. Then they give him some scrap, then they burn him. And kids do scrap there. But some of them, they're like, they don't go to school. The parent is doing the scrap. He's playing around.
Yeah.
He picks. So we chose organizations. They are products and brands. One of our strategies, like the Coco video coming out, is really the beginning of showing it. We do placements. Some for our brands, like our merch, and for products who are social. So you can give us like a shitter product or something. You say it's a social brand. So we place it in our video, we market it, we take it on tour, we sell it, and you give us a donation.
Value for
out of
value.
it. Exactly, value for money. So that's what, and we're selling stands. We're selling, and our ticket is any amount. You see, if you're VIP, you're guaranteed. Right. If you buy the middle income, it's like we're taking you on a flight.
Right.
If you buy the middle, and if you call based on what you're offering to buy the ticket for, we would deliver. You pay and we give you the delivery. And every ticket is valid for every show worldwide. But if you have the ticket and you come late, you'll be in the market.
What you said about social impact and about how other people manipulate the problem for personal gain. I just realized Damian Marley said something to that effect. Evangelists making the living off the videos of ribs of the little kids, stereotyping the image of the images, and this is what the image is.
Exactly, and there's general distrust. Like, how I suffer to even explain to NGOs and organizations that, dude, I'm not trying to use you. I'm representing the people you claim you're helping, and I want to help you help us. Right? But they start to act like, if we're going to do it together, you have to pay us this, or we have to. I'm like, dude, are you serious? Like, you see, you're exposing yourself. I just told you I'm a journalist, and you're like, they don't get it. Like, I'm very ethical, and it's still, like, Anas should just take off me, I can't take it off. You get it? But if you just go talking to people, they'll just be exposing themselves.
Yeah.
Like, walk to a politician, I want to do a business, teacher here for pay, for something.
Apart from
open corruption. Man.
Apart from Ahmed Sultan, are there any other key collaborations on the continent or even outside that we can look forward to?
All right, so even our Sultan song is for the kids project, in school, so we haven't released that yet, but we've recorded that collab. It's not even in the album. But the album, we have Lyrical Joe.
Oh, nice.
Okay. Yeah, and Lyrical Joe.
Oh, yeah, he mentioned it. Yeah. We had him here 2 weeks ago.
Lyrical Joe is a brother, and I saw him when he was 16. He used to perform with Dark Suburb Alliance. People didn't know that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Lyrical Joe started playing keyboards. I don't know if he's telling people he's a qualified Dark Suburb,
member.
So you have to ask him why. I don't want to say it's his personal,
LG.
And I'm proud he's not. I'm proud he's not trying to use that for publicity. But people don't know LJ. Like if you think you love LJ, respect him 1,000 times. That boy has survived. You know, he was on X Factor. He got his passport. You know, I knew him, so we're helping out, and he has to go to Nigeria alone at like 16, 17 to participate in the event, come back. You know, and I was also busy. I go to the bush, you know, we're bushmen, you know, so he's in town. And so he's legit. You know, so he's on the Coco, the single coming, with the mental health thing, and he's on it, he's on the album, a song on the album. You know, and then we have Milimo, his verse is now yet in. He's a Malian artist who sings about justice and truth. You know, he's big there, and he's hosting us there. He's really Dark Suburb there. So Milimo is on the album. There's an American artist our American partners haven't revealed to us yet. You know, but there's a song an artist is going, and we're gonna know. We don't know
how many songs are we looking to put?
So the album Mali is a project. Journalist, right? So we write articles, like 20, and then there those who are selling it say, editor, say, I beg you, this is music, don't overload. So let's split the album into two. I had a hard fight, but they say no, let's give money part one, part exactly. so they're gonna release all, and that's why I can't even confirm all. I know Safe Match is Agbobuloshi, Freedom and Justice show because it's freedom.
But are we going to see like some kind of film projects? So like you talked about.
So there's a documentary coming, right? Like Slum Chronicles. It's like so aside telling the story, I allowed them to tell their own story. Right. So it's like left and right. Yeah. So Dark Suburb is going on the musical narrative, and the people are also doing on exactly. And Slum Chronicles also become some kind of our quality control. You know, because though it's a business and you're buying my ticket, I'm still promising you that it's going to make impact. You know, so if you're going to follow the documentary, you will see the progress of the communities and the people as and when we move.
It sounds all sweet and nice with these plans and, you know, vision and dreams and stuff like that. Yesterday, Manifest was here. He said that one of the things he's had to learn was to be unwavering, regardless of whether it works or not.
It doesn't work,
So talk to us about the challenges. I know you
media acceptance,
because you know when Dark Suburb came in 2015, 2016, everybody was whoa, Dark Suburb, and then you guys had to go do your findings and whatever, and then you are back again. I don't know if at this point in time you're looking for that acceptance.
Honestly, I always tell people that other artists have their experiences, you know, but I come from a different breed of community in this country, you know, and I know people. I know some people. So starting this brand, I don't think. Look, let me be honest with you. They're awakening. The first EP. It was as much as the album title said. It was just an awakening. Wow. There was no intention to promote it. Just like the start looks like the end. Because then that was the point. The start looks like the end was telling you that we are going to start like we are ending. Because I knew that I was going to the slum. So Dark Suburb's relationship was me even just putting the material out there just to get the attention of the brand while I'm building the brand. But then I go and then the thing does better than I expect. The first EP, look, no one knows Dark Suburb. 2015, Wireless Manager applied for us. African Music Award. I didn't apply. Wow. Right, John called me and said, look, you guys have to apply African Music. And we put it in there. And what nomination comes to our email? Best African Group. There's VVIP, there's Future Race, there's Sotiso. And I'm like, what? Wow. Right? And then the next year we drop a single with Wiala from the coming album. Yeah. And the single got nominated Best African Rock. Wow. Right? That's one nomination. 2 nominations earlier, 1 nomination. Then we dropped the first album, which was me telling that the start is gonna look like the end. Yeah. And that album was nominated Album of the Year Africa. There was Whiskey, there was Hugh Masakela, there was I got emotional. I was like, what? Like, you know what I mean? You don't know what you. And there was no promotion. Egobe, we just put it out there. And, you know, the characters, their names were evolving the brand. Yeah, so I didn't have that feedback. I even tell people that COVID didn't hit me because I was already dealing in an environment that was worse than the COVID situation. You rich people, the way you see COVID now. So we in the slide, you're like, you see how it feels like to be afraid to die, to be hungry. You get it. So I don't know about that, but trust me. And like people like you, Cyril, like we come here and people tell us, I've been to your gig, I've been to your show, I love you. He knows DJs Coco, like social media is buzzing. You know, and people don't look. I deleted all our social media accounts because of the research phase. Yeah. So you realize that even at the Feel You Die, like 2015, but if you go on YouTube, at the Feel You Die 7 months old, and organically 2,000 views. Are you kidding? Like, wow. You get it. And that Ghana is really the factory. It's not the market. You see, artists, let's stop. Like Ghana is the factory. It's not the market. I like that. Ghana let's think of building as a good art selling factory. Jamaica have shown what it can do for economy. Yeah. You see, we don't even have it teaching in our schools, but we're saying creative arts, music awards. What are you awarding?
So build a product and export it. Wow. My brother, you've been very quiet. You want to say a few things?
He's loud on the strings.
Yeah.
Loud on the strings.
This is my voice actually.
But he before he voice, he for buy ticket. You can pledge the ticket, then we will thank
Job,
you.
yeah, please go ahead.
So
Please go ahead.
you can call or text 020-332-0873. 020
For the Mali tour ticket.
Yeah.
And you can use it for the Atas ticket.
0873. Yeah, so after tickets, then we talk.
Or email Dark Suburb or something.
Yeah.
And then his ticket.
Yes. So yes, Artastic. Just visit the website www.artasticdecember.com or call 020-913-6930. Artastic is happening on the 17th of December from 10 a.m. at the Nobuke Foundation in East Legon. Come enjoy arts. Come experience arts. Come share the stories of Dark Suburb and many other artists coming on. There's Trigmatic, there's Kobla Jr., there's Egobe, and a host of others. So yeah.
Abonte season, we outside.
Outside. Charlie. We're not going to live like that, though. If I play something,
Give us the
for
tea.
Charlie, for real.
You go buy the ticket.
I'll go buy the ticket.
VIP. So, businessman. I don't even make you mention the money here.
Play something. We'll go.
So reporting from the Dark Suburbs is Kankan Vize.
Let me help you with this.
Yeah, Olele, might come well. So, ladies and gentlemen, viewers, listeners, Culture Daily, we are signing out.
That they call
it's Dark Suburb. We had J Bad.
Can never
we had
prosper.
MP. Let me let the music do the outro.
Until
see you tomorrow, man.
You love your own. Kelewele is food that can match with any type of other food. Live like Kelewele and you'll be united forever. Kelewele loving African plantain, ginger is, oh, and you're on your way, oh, you, Kelewele loving African plantain, ginger is, oh, and you're on your way. Davi put it in your kogari. Haja put it inside the waje. If you are peanuts, you go sabi. Kelewele, I'm loving it. You go find Kelewele in the morning time. Kelewele in the daylight. Kelewele in the midnight. Kelewele, I'm loving it. Kelewele, loving African plantain, ginger is, oh, and you go have a Zongo love song. So a song from the album Mali, Zongo love song. Every Sunday in the slum.
Oh, Charlie.
Abu is marrying Hajia.
Oh, Charlie.
They are outdooring the baby.
Charlie.
Who was born out of wedlock
this morning.
The only blessing he gets is his name.
Kelewele. As I know chop this morning, I know where I'm going from here. The name is Cyril, the man Olele Salvador on my left. My wonderful guest from Dark Suburb. Like I said earlier on, we had Kwamina MP, J Bad in the house, Culture Daily. 10 days till 25th.
See in your eyes, you see.
We out.
Let's make memories. Don't be mean to me. I was lost, you see. Now I found you, please. Everything's on me. Everything's on me.